welcome back. Lovely to have you join me again today. It's Angela here. I hope you're coping in the heat. I read today in Paris it was well into the 30s, so I hope you guys are coping with the heat there. And I know in America lots of various areas like Las Vegas and various places are also really hot, and New York. So guys, we're all in this. I hope you're managing to find somewhere to keep cool. So stay indoors. Have a look what I'm doing today. I'm downstairs, so that's why I've got this black mat, because I'm in my living room. And I hope that you can join me, stay cool, and we can work through this tutorial, or you can just watch. That's up to you. All right, so I have been playing along with my doilies, and I have put together another little project, and hopefully this is not too long. And it is using a couple of the doilies from my lace and doily kit, which is in my Etsy store. So I was very excited putting that together. It's the first sort of kit I've done other than a template, so it was a first for me. And it has been great fun coming up with various ideas on how to use them. So I hope that you're going to enjoy what I've done today. So this is what we're looking at today, and I love the mauves. I took 2 containers of goodies from my room besides the doilies. I took my little container with my fussy cuts. So that's what that is over here. And I took another tray that I had a pile of scraps in on things I had been working on recently. So it included a lot of chapter 1. I think I've picked up a couple of things from the sugar almond kit. I had them there, so I just wanted to use those. So I looked for a color that I could use today, and today it is the mauves and the purples and the lilacs and that kind of colors. So I hope you like them. All right, so if I can remember what I've picked out, I'll try and say, otherwise bear with me. It's what I had in my scrap pile. So there we go. All right, so we've got, this is an envelope. So we're going to use an envelope. An envelope looks like this. I'll give you the details in a minute. So we've got this little, this is the front, and I've got a couple of my fussy cuts. This one comes from chapter 1 from their wildflowers kit. So does this, and this comes from chapter 1. I think they've got an embroidery fussy cut kit. That's a piece from there. This is some stamps from one of their kits. This is a stamp I've used, made it myself. That word on a scrap of tea-dyed paper. These are the doilies. I've got 2 tags here from the chapter 1. I think this is sugar almond kit, which I've put some chiffon ribbon on over there. So those are going to slide in behind there. We've got a doily underneath here, which comes from my kit, and another, I said I was going to do something with the triangular one, so that's that one over here. So I've made a pocket with the triangular one, so you can see all the beautiful tatting work there, I think you call it. And then you've got the lacy one underneath, and a little butterfly with a pearl. So that's some lace, which I dyed myself. Very proud of that. So because I didn't have any of this kind of color, so I'm quite chuffed with that. And then on the inside here, I've got a little envelope. Listen to me, a pocket, and I've just put in a journaling card in there, which I've backed onto tea stain paper. You can write on there, little tab. This is one of my own digitals, which I haven't put in my shop, but I've had this a long time. It is an antique that I've had, so that's that. Let me know if you're wanting me to put something else together with some other bits and pieces in the future, and I can work on that if you're keen. So I do like to use this one quite often. So that just goes into the pocket over here like that, and I thought it went so well with the color scheme. And then if we've got the little flap over here, which is how I would attach it to a page, and I've just covered that with a scrap of this, and I like the scalloped edge there, so that was quite nice. And then on the inside, I've used a different one of my doilies here, a couple of stamps from This is chapter 1 again, because I had so many of them there that I have been using. 2 fussy cut little images that I've cut out, and just a scrap of paper I've made into a little tag, and another tag which I misprinted, so I chopped it off and made it into a journal card as well. So these are just going to go onto that over there like that, and you can stick that into your journaling page. So for example, if we had to cut a piece of this paper, and this is from chapter 1, and you put that on the top there, that would look really pretty and make everything stand out really nicely. And you could tip that out like that. You could write underneath there or stick something else there, and then you could just fold that over like that. So that's how I would probably use that in a journal. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. So let's get started. Let me show you what you need and we can get to it. So I'll just put that to the side over here. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need, as I said, is an envelope. It doesn't matter what size envelope you're using. You could use a smaller one if you wanted to. But the measurements for this are 11.5 centimeters. So we are looking at about just short of, I think it's 4.75 inches. And this way is 162, so 16.2 centimeters. And that is 6.5 inches, if I'm not wrong. All right, so that's what we're looking at there. I'm going to turn this around so you got your flap like that. You don't have to have this flap. You might have the one that's like a triangle, but just adapt accordingly for what you do have. So that is what I'm going to use. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little knife, or you can use your scissors, and I'm just going to take a very thin sliver off there. So we've got that done. So we've got our little opening on the side that's opposite to our flap. So we've got that sorted. And then the papers that I'm going to use as far as the doilies are concerned, I have cut out 2 of these. Now, what I did with the second one is I reversed it. So if you've got a flip function on your Word or program, because that's what I think I used, I've just flipped them so that when I put them back to back, then they're going to fit pretty well together. I didn't do that with this one, and I just moved it in slightly closer. It's not a crisis, so you can do either. You don't have to do that, but I thought I would just try it. And then these are slightly bigger, but that might be different depending if you're using letter or A4, but I am going to just size it to fit my envelope here. So I'm going to take the first one. Now remember, this is our flap, so you want to make sure that you have the curly bits, the scalloped edge, away from your flap, like that. So we want to get that all in place, and I want to just get it so that it's just not able to see the edge of my envelope. So I'm going to turn that over, because it's easier to do it in reverse, and plus you don't want to mark the paper with pencil or whatever. It doesn't have to be completely below. This is just what I'm going for here, so I'm going to keep it just slightly away from the fold line there as well. So what I'm going to do is only on the bottom side, and this, no, not that side, that's the bottom, and then we want to move that over like this. We don't want to cut the scallops off. So we've got the bottom over there. Just take that to the end, and then I'm going to just draw a line like that over there, and that's what I'm going to do there. So I'm going to just take my scissors now and just cut that to the size that I want. And you're going to do that with both your pieces. Okay, so there we go. Before I go and do the other side, bearing in mind our flap is over there, just double check that you're happy with what you have, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to just then take the other piece, turn it over, fit it best I can over here. It's not perfect, but it's close to it. And then I can just run my pen, because I didn't bring down a pencil, and just cut this bit off. Now, if you're not good at flipping or resizing or doing any of that with your digitals, I do have a video which I'll link in the description box below, which will help you with some of that technical information in a basic Word program. So be sure to check that out if you're not 100% certain. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Ever so lightly, I am going to just put a little bit of this on, and that's all that I'm going to do there. I do want to say to everybody while I'm doing this, thank you ever so much for supporting me and going and buying my digital kit. It is the first one, really. That really warmed my heart. It's so lovely of you, and none of you, I don't expect anybody to buy anything. So, you know, thank you all so very much. That is very generous, and I hope that you do have lots of fun with me making things with it. But of course, I don't want to encourage people to spend money if you don't want to. I really don't. So that it was very generous of you, and I am very grateful indeed. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this straight down. All right, so we're just going to take our glue, and I'm not going to do it on here, I'm going to do it on here. And the reason for that is some of these scallops are going to go over the edge, and I don't want to get it wrong. So I'm just going to go around the card itself. See, this is what happens when I make one in, like I like to do beforehand while I'm working it all out. I pick up some of the things that I would have otherwise gone wrong on camera with. Not that I want to go wrong, we all go wrong, but I want to show you the right thing in case you are following along with me, and then I decide it's wrong when really I should have known that before. So that's, you know, I make mistakes just like everyone else. Oops. Okay, so there's our front bit on, there's our pocket, that's fabulous. And now, while we add it, we'll stick the back one on. But now, just be careful. You don't want to put any glue on there. So again, I'm going to do it on here because we've also got an opening here and we don't want to glue up over that space. So I'm going to go close to the edge here and here. On that little bit that's sticking out, that's fine. We want to run some glue down the edge, don't go too close. And then the trick here is, you know, probably all know this already, but you know, sometimes we forget, I do. I'm just running a thin bead of glue close to the edge and no more. Because if we put glue over there, we won't be able to get our journal card in sufficiently. Right, the moment of truth. Try and match up this, because this art glitter glue is not very forgiving. All right, so I think I've pretty much got it all right there, and I've left the bone folder upstairs. So we make use of what we have, and you know, your hands, they are your best tools. Can't say that enough. Right, so there we go. We've got the back and the front on, and now I'm going to just quickly, I've cut out a little scrap. This one doesn't have the scallops on, but I'm on a use the scraps day. And I just want to stick this over the edge of my envelope here. Just so that when you stick it down, it's got a, you're not going to see an envelope finish. Now mine's got a sticky tab, so I'm just going to take that off. Run a bead of glue around there. And just put it over the area where I don't have any sticky area. So, and then I've just got this here, and we're going to just not take it straight to the edge, because otherwise it won't fold nicely. And that was a bit too, see, it's doing its own thing, but we persevere. Right, so let's just do that. There we go. I think that'll work. All right, so there we go. That's the back end of it. That's the front. We've got this here. Not really going to see it, although I don't want to be sticking any of the flowers or anything into that. Okay, now you'll see over there I've got a bit sticking out. Doesn't matter, we're going to stick something over there and over this side as well. We won't be sticking anything, but if you want to, just go and just ivory color it a little bit with your distress ink. Okay, so gosh, everything's slippery, slipping all over the place on my desk here today. Okay, so let's get going now with the front bit. Next bit we need is this doily, and remember I said I had a plan with this. I've chosen to print 2 to a page with this, and I've fussy cut it out. And you're welcome, you don't have to, but if you want to, give it a little bit of distressing if you fancy. Like that. I'm not doing the edge because we're going to cover it up, and then we are going to stick this down. Doesn't matter that it's going to extend a bit, that doesn't matter at all, but we're going to stick it so that this is pretty centralized over here. Now the way I'm going to stick this is I'm going to run some glue down there, but I'm going to run some glue along that side so that I've got a pocket up at the end. You could just stick it down at that point there and down there and have a pocket there and there, but for today's purpose that's what I'm going to do, there and that side. So I'm going to do that quickly. Let me just hold the side now. This is the side I don't want glue on, and I need to do that because, you know, my brain gets it wrong. Okay, so I'm just going to do that there and up here like that. Okay, simple as that. And then we will just get that right. Okay, so take it to the edge and stick it down. This glue scares me because I only get one chance at this, and this is where I prefer my Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1 beacon, because at least you can lift it up and have a second go. All right, so there we've got that side stuck down, we've got that side stuck down, we've got our pocket up at the top over there. Right, now what I did was, it's about a fussy cut flowers day today, and just knock some on the floor. Right, so what I'm going to do is I have cut out some fussy cuts, and I'm going to be using one of these today. And I know often in books we get the black and white ones, and I don't know about you, but I don't see many people using these, but I think they're a great idea to use because a little bit of black and white, or especially black, in a design makes everything pop. So I like using these, and I'm going to stick that down over there. So let's do that. Ew, I just put the glue in my mouth because I was looking for the pin and it's out. So now I've got glued mouth. Serves me right because I shouldn't be putting the pin in my mouth. What am I like? Okay. So we've got that all sorted. And I'm going to stick that down. I'm just looking at my other one just to gauge it properly, and I pretty much liked that bit there. So I'm going to have that stuck down just like that. And I've got this one that I'm going to put over that, like that. And I don't want it to go over here because when we flip that up, anything sticking over is going to bend, and I don't want to ruin it like that. So I must just be mindful of that. So I've got this beautiful image I've cut out. the problem when you cut out something out of a book. You sometimes lose out on the one, well, you do lose out on the ones behind, so that's always sad. Right, so let's just make sure that we don't get any of these little bits and bobs sticking out. Oh, somebody teased me about bits and bobs the other day. I do have some quirky things, I know, I'm sorry. It's my dad's fault, he used to say these kind of things. I suppose it sticks. Right, so let's just get that little bits down. Right, so we've got that there. And then, as I said to you, this was on the wildflower kit, the chapter 1 do. And I use a lot of the flowers on their collages for fussy cuts, like I am now. So, you know, have a look at some of your kits and see. This was, I'd use another piece of it for something else, and this was lying in my scrap pile there. So I thought, well, why not? It's perfect for what I need today. So now we are just going to stick this down like that. Over there. There we go. It's all coming together. Right, I was looking through the little scraps again, as I said. I had cut out loads of stamps and these labels I've printed off, so this isn't quite the same as the other one, but it's all going to be used up. And just picked up on this little, I think this is wisteria, is it? Or lilacs, something like that. And I'm going to just lay these two over there like that. So quite happy with that. So just put some more glue down. It's nice just to have a look and give yourself a bit of a challenge. Oh, before I do that, I've got to put some lace down before I get it all wrong. So I've just hand dyed some of this lace, which was white, which I quite enjoyed doing. And I'm going to just stick that down right over there like that. But before I do that, I just want to trim off this edge here. You don't have to do that, but that's just me. Right, and then I'm going to just stick it down like that. Just smoothing out my glue a bit. There we go. And then we'll put some lace on there just like that. Okay, like I'm loving that. Right, now go back to the little stamps. Sorry, I'll have to do that again. And then I had yeah, it was good to have a challenge, just to have a look at what I had and limit myself to that's it kind of thing. And I was quite creative with using what I had. And I know that we all talk about the scraps and it's a never-ending pile, but I thought, well, if I don't do something about it right now, I'm never going to get into that. And really, it gave me a focus on what to use for today. So I was quite happy about that, really. Right, here's another little piece that came from the embroidered fussy cuts from chapter 1, which I'd printed out. And I thought, right, it's getting used. It's what I want to use today. Right colour, here it goes. So we're going to just put that little one over there like that. So there we go. And then I've got a little butterfly. And that was from the same page, that lovely type of, looks like a type of a daisy. And I'm just putting some over here. And I'm going to stick that down just there like that. Just press that down a bit. I do have little pearls, so we can, let me grip this. Oh wait, no, there, that's what I want. That's what she wants. Use the knife. I'm going to put a little dab of glue, like a spot, over there, just to ensure that these stick properly. and I've had these for eternity, and I wanted to get some more, and I got the wrong size, so I'm not happy. Right, so these are looking great. We can just and I don't have the tool to roll the wings, but that's fine. I'm going to just do it with my hands for now, like that. And I think that's just, oh, there's just the word that's got to go on. So I just took a scrap, stamped my word on there like that. I'm going to just stick this down as well. I love my words. Right, so we're going to stick that straight across there, just like that. And I think that's looking stunning. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, and then all we want to do there is we'll come and put the tags in at the end. Let's do the other side. So we can turn that over. And then just getting my thoughts together. What I did here was I took this doily, and it looks in a funny, it's in a funny shape now because I first printed it off. And I folded it in half like that, and the reason I did that was, rather than cut it off, was just to give me double the strength for the pocket I'm going to make with this. And as I folded it in half, you're not going to see anything except that top look like that. So I thought, right, and I just gave it a little bit of a fussy cut so that the edges would be the same. I quite like that there. And I'm just going to glue along that edge and the bottom edge, just so that I can get that to stick together nicely. And now you've got a really nice firm pocket, and I'm going to just stick that down. Now just don't stick it into the fold. You want to have that, stick it where your other piece of paper ends, like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it, glue down there, and just half an inch upwards as well, just so that it's going to keep those tags in place. Okay, so just like that. Okay, turn that over. As I said, don't go straight into the fold, just leave a little space. Match it up with the bottom. You could put more lace on the bottom here if you wanted to, but because it's the inside, I didn't think I wanted to. I'm quite happy with that as it is. And then I have just cut out some more fussy cuts from my book, and I'm going to put this down here. Like that. So we want to get that like that. Oh, Abby's dropped her chewy on the floor, and I was looking at it, expecting me to come and give her a hand, but she doesn't want to jump off this armchair. What's she like? So yeah, she's not looking very happy because the weather and her fur, although we have cut her, trimmed her down, so she's got a summer cut, but she's still a fluffy bunny. So not sure how happy it is about all of that. Right, just want that slightly over, like that. There we go, coming together nicely. And then I've just got another 2 stamps I fished out of there. Again from chapter 1, they're just ever so slightly mauve, that one. And then I just wanted a cream sort of one, not to have everything the same. So I was quite happy with that. And then it's just a case of running this over with glue. And I'm just going to put this at a slight angle. And then I'm going to do this one and like that. Do it the other way. Okay, so we've got everything pretty much how we want it. So I'm quite happy with all of that. We've got our little pocket there, and we have our, there we go, and this one over here. I need to get those dimensional dots, but it's a no spend August, so it's not happening. Right, so what do we want to do? We've got a couple of things we want to just put inside here. And the first thing is we've got our journal card. I've backed that and stitched around that I'm going to put in here. So let me just grip that properly so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so there we go. That goes in there nicely like that. And then we've got, and I did a different thing here, and I'll ask for your opinion. I've got the same two cards, and yeah, I've just printed a tea stain paper thing on the back of these. So same two, but I put in a cream ribbon in these because I just thought maybe it looked like too much purple going on. But I'll show you both and you can let me know what you prefer. So those two are going to slide into that pocket over there, and I wanted them just to show that there's a little bit of mauve in there like that. And then the ones on the inside here are just two tags that I've put together like that, and well, I've cut the tops of the tags off so they're now more journaling cards than anything, and I've put those on the inside there. All right, so there we have it. So there's the one with the cream, and then the other one that I did earlier, that's got the mauve. So I don't know if I should do one of each or what. Do you think if I have them like that? Let's just see if you can just get in there. So we've either got it like that, or I suppose I could have one out of there and one in there, so maybe one of each. I don't know, I wasn't sure. Right, so there's that as well. Yeah, I just wanted them at a slight angle. Right, okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that, following along with me today with that. Really fun to do, really quick and easy. It hasn't taken us too long at all. So another fun, quick project. Go and grab the doily kits that you've purchased, or your own, or whatever you want to use, and put this together. It will make a great addition to your journals, and they are really nice and flat. Look at that, really nice and flat. Okay, so I love making these. I'm sure I'm going to be making a lot more of these for journals in different colors. So thank you so much, guys, for following along. Don't forget to press the like button if you like what you see, or don't like what you see. It's your opinion. And feel free to leave me a comment. That's lovely. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, really think about it. If you're keen to get notifications, or want to see what I'm doing every week, usually on a Wednesday and a Saturday, and if I have more time I do even more, then please subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful. Thank you for all of you for your comments, and a very warm welcome to all my new subscribers, and of course my lovely existing subscribers. You're all amazing, and I so appreciate every single one of you. So until next time, everyone, bye bye.